Welcome. This is stupid. What is this video? Good question. I don't know. I've decided that I'm going to get every warrior cat a special little gift from me. And by that I mean they're getting nothing because I'm broke. This is just a mental exercise that we're gonna do. It's just going on vibes alone. What would I get each warrior cat for Christmas? Let's start out with We can't start with Mothwing. We just genuinely cannot start with Mothwing. Alderheart. I would like to not give him necessarily a physical gift, but I would like to find an image that is very inspiring. Like shoot for the stars, even if you miss, you'll never work a day in your life. Much like the Wizard of Oz, I would like to give him courage. That's what Alderheart's getting for Christmas. Merry Christmas. Next cat on my list. Come up and jump on Santa, Blixemi. Hollyleaf. Hollyleaf is practical. If I get her something not useful, she's gonna say thank you and then she's gonna re-gift it. You know what? I would get her a full utility, all the bells and whistles, car scraping thing, so that in the morning she goes out there, done in 2 seconds. And she'll think of me every time she scrapes a car. And she'll be like, wow, I'm so glad I have this. This is a very useful tool. Merry Christmas, Hollyleaf. Next one we have is Spottedleaf. Now, I don't know anything about makeup. I feel like she would. What I would do is I would get her a Sephora, not sponsored, gift card. I would just let her decide. I know gift cards are not super ideal, but I feel like I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna be like, hello, can I have one mascara? And then they're gonna show me 700 different ones at the counter. I'll be like, and then I will buy lipstick by accident. Spottedleaf, I feel like, would be the type to be like, thanks, but you kind of know it's like, oh, she didn't love that. She's not a mean girl, but she's definitely somebody I want to impress. So that's what I would get for Spottedleaf. Feathertail to me feels like an experienced gal. I would get her tickets to a concert that's coming, and I would get her best of a seat as I can. For the love of God, we're putting her on the floor seats because we don't want to put her in the sky. We just don't know what's gonna happen. No box seats for her. And she would be like, oh my God, you want to come with me? And I'd be like, oh my God, I really do, actually. That's what I would get Feathertail. For Tigerstar, in the same way that Feathertail would want experiences, I feel like Tigerstar would want to take away somebody's gift and just make them feel a little worse for Christmas. I think I would give Firestar a present and then I would take it back, and then that would be Tigerstar's gift, is just the feeling of Christmas joy being sucked out of the room. That's what I would get Tigerstar the first. Mothwing. Everything. My credit cards are maxed. I'm walking into the mall. I've got my sunglasses on. I throw down my card and I say, put it all on there. And they're like, you have like $5 on here and then you're capped. And I'm like, get me $5 of everything you've got. They're like, you literally have no idea how this works. And I'm already gone. I'm already off to the food court to buy cookies by George. They'll have to figure it out. But I'm gonna try to buy everything for Mothwing. I'm not lying. I would buy her everything. Merry Christmas, Mothwing. Firestar. Firestar, whatever I get you, dude, though. I would get him some type of car, and then I'd be like, psych, I didn't actually get it. No harm, no foul, except for he's sobbing, and I'm also sobbing, and Tigerstar's laughing. So, I don't know, maybe that. It doesn't matter, though, because we're taking away, sorry, Firestar. Cloudtail. I gotta get him something like a dude bro thing, like something that he would think he knows about, but he doesn't. I also don't. Maybe I would just get him a subscription to, like, Bitcoin. Cloudtail's more of a, what does it look like to others, what he gets. His gifts reflect what I think about him to other people. So if I get him, like, socks, everybody's gonna be like, oh, Blixemi just thinks that he's kind of a sock guy, whereas if I got him a drone, he would like the fact that people thought that I thought that he was smart. That's how I would get him. Merry Christmas, Cloudtail. Hawkfrost. I would like to get him the off-brand of whatever I got for Brambleclaw. And even though it's from me, I'm gonna say from Tigerclaw. or I'm gonna do from Tigerstar, and that in and of itself, he's happy, he's thrilled. He's like, oh my God, my dad thinks about me for 1 second. I'm like, all right. But then on the inside, it's like a candy cup from the local convenience store. Tigerstar was just stopping to get like a coffee, and he's like, gotta get some for, just give me that cup of candy. Hawkfrost, Merry Christmas. Jayfeather. I want to give him the gift of children being quiet and the gift of a peaceful afternoon. So I get him something like that, or I would get him a nice buy book. Bluestar. But I need to get her a Keurig coffee machine, except for that's bad for the environment. I changed my mind. An environmentally friendly coffee maker when she's dealing with all the shenanigans going around in the clan. A cup of Joe's gonna solve a lot of the issues. And she would be like, would you like some? I'm not a coffee girly, but I would try it. And then even if I hated it, I would still act like I was fine. I can't disappoint two mother figures in my life. I just can't. Maybe an espresso machine. Sabrina, tawny pelt. So you know those little gardens that you like have sand in and you can like run a rake through? I don't actually know what the point is. I think to just find your zen. I'm still searching. I would get her something like that and she would be like, finally a moment of peace. And then I would scream because I've dropped in. The sand has gone everywhere, but she's zen, so it doesn't matter. She's like, it's fine. Or bonsai tree. I don't actually know how those work. Do you just trim them? It's like the poodle of the plant world. Do they grow really fast? They must. Otherwise the kids are, it doesn't matter. I think I would get her a little zen garden. And Merry Christmas, Tawny Pelt. I hope you find your dad.
Hope you find your dad.
Thanks, Mr. Narwhal.
Actually, I don't hope you. I wish very much the opposite. Sandstorm. Ooh, a set of bath bombs that have those jewelries inside. Jewelries. It has like an item of beauty inside, and you put it in, and it goes shh, and then you are like, oh my god, it comes with a beautiful ring. Wow, hooray! Those are like the prizes in a cereal box for adults. Anybody who says that that isn't exciting, well, you know what? You have your taste, and that's totally fine. Sometimes I get lost. Period. You know what? It just hit me perfect. So I would get the bath bomb set. The showstopper of it all is I would get a huge house coat that is like fluffy and long and deep red, and she would have just peace. And I just want these cats to have peace. I just want these cats to have a moment of reprieve from the crazy of everything. I think that is the spirit of Christmas. Squirrel flight. I would get her the top of the line phone. She wouldn't spend this money on herself, so damn it, I will. I feel like when she would open it, she would be like, thank you, this is very nice. But then afterwards, she would pull you aside and she'd be like, I didn't want to make a big thing of it, but I really appreciate this. Either that or she'd punch you in the face. Either way, I'm happy, I'm joyful. My gift to Leopardstar would be signing up for her Emma. Or even just entertain that for just a moment. I would give her the gift of my attention. And that is the most obscene sentence I've ever heard or spoken. Merry Christmas, Leopardstar. Bright heart. Oh. Anything handmade. Maybe a scrapbook of all my special memories with her throughout the year. Or one of those picture frames that like cycles through the pictures. And she would take so much time to select the pictures so that everyone gets an equal amount of time and everybody feels so loved and special. And then Crowfeather walks by and he was just eating a cocktail weenie and he touches it. He's like, oh, that's cool. And he gets like cocktail weenie sauce all over it. And she's like, Cloudtail. I think I said Crowfeather, but I meant Cloudtail. Oh, Cloudtail, But then he really loves her. So then Cloudtail, he would walk away, but then be like, oh, that was kind of rude. And then we'd turn around and he'd like clean it off for her really fast. And he'd be like, okay, fixed it. Thank you for coming on that mental journey with me. Oh no, Leafpool, what are we gonna get you, dude? We're gonna get her just the gift of making a decision. Every time I make Leafpool content, she is but a stand-in for my indecisiveness. You know, it'd be such a jerk gift. What if we got her a mug that said world's best mom on it? I feel like that would be so disrespectful, but the laughs that we would share. To add on to the crappy gifts, I would get her 2 items of clothing that are very, very similar, and I would give them to her and I'd be like, yeah, whichever one you don't like, you just give back to me. And I'll just take the other one and return it. I say this as my worst nightmare. We would all be like merry, singing, having eggnog, having a good time, and she would be in the corner, sweat pouring down her. She's frantically looking between the 2 pictures going, ah. And I'm like, no, take your time, you have all night. But then she's like, I only have a night. And then she would be so stressed. And then at the end, when it gets to the very peak, I'd be like, you know what? Take them both. And then the relief is the gift of like, oh my god, relief pool. She's just like, thank god I don't have to decide. But that would be my gift. Leafpool. I love her so much. Rusty with the broken foot. Really quick, I think this is very old art, but look at his arm. His arm is literally on backwards. Poor guy broke it. So I get him a splint. Okay, so he's like a little guy. I would get him a gift card. Holy man, am I old. I can't think of like a gift card to like Steam. I don't know what it is. Maybe Robux. I'm not sure, but something. First of all, I would just find the youngest employee there. I would find a very hip looking employee and be like, okay, I need your help. Skibbity, and they'd be like, gotcha. So I would get that for him, but I don't know, I feel maybe Hot Wheels. I don't know. I don't think I've talked to a child, and since I was a child, and even then I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, you want to talk about the stock market? You want to talk about the political unrest in this world? And they'd be like, goo goo gaga. I don't know, it gets who knows? In any case, I don't know what to buy Rusty. Rusty doesn't know what he wants because he's just a boy. Yeah, I'm struggling. I'm fighting for my life on paycheck. Oh my god, what are we getting? Purdy. Soap. Just soap. We're just getting this man an entire year's worth of Irish Spring bars of soap that we can just force upon this man. He will never use them, but at least there is the opportunity for him to unpack one. Or a cap, a nice baseball cap. Something that is just, you see it and you're like, ah, yes. Old man, Cinderpelt. Man, my inner voice is evil Blixemi. Scariest stories, try not to get scared. Like, my initial thought is something like a steering wheel cover or like car seat cover, something to do with a vehicle that she doesn't have. Oh, you know what? I would get her a really fancy bound notebook and calligraphy pens. Some type of writing utensils that are so smooth, and just let her put all her thoughts out there, and it would be so fancy, and maybe a nice feather pen. Oh, and I feel like she would appreciate that. And then on the inside, I draw a little picture of a car. Silverstream. Silverstream. This is Spottedleaf energy. I'm like, I gotta get something good because if I don't, I will know. But she'll be nice about it, but not really. I feel like she would love a silk pillowcase. Remember how we were talking about Sandstorm's bathrobe? We would get that, but the like super long pink fluffy feathers at the bottom, like housecoats. I don't know what they're called. I think they have a different name. Maybe in addition to this, a subscription to a wine service. I've never done this before, so I actually don't know if this is how it works, but you like fill out your preferences of tastes, and every month they send you new wines, because she would be the type who'd be like, it's wine o'clock, and have like a little picture on there, and she's like, don't talk to me until I've had my wine. Something. Maybe I would get that too. I would get like one of those pictures that says like live, laugh, wine, and the wine subscription box. I would also get her that long flowing thing and a silk pillowcase. That is perfect, dude. I think I'd knock that one out of the park. Graystripe, this kind of feels like a cop out a little bit, but that's fine. I feel like I would get him a subscription box for beef jerky or like cheeses, something that you're supposed to savor, but he just sits there and eats the whole thing. Same. Oh, hang on. I actually think I have it. A big lazy boy recliner that has all the bells and whistles, and it's sort of confusing because why would you need a bell on a chair? Maybe it could like call in more cheese. He would put it in the gigantic basement that is like his quote unquote man cave. He'd put it down in the middle of it, and then nobody would be allowed to touch it, not because he would be mean about it, but just because it's like the farts that have been on that cushion will extinguish the flame of your heart. Don't get too close. A big lazy boy recliner. Buy and blaze. My very first thought is to get him like just a bunch of scratch off tickets, and hopefully he wouldn't win, but if he did, I would be the type to be like, okay, I get like half of that. Something with high stakes, because I feel like he's a man who chases adrenaline. Or I would get him like 2 flats of energy drinks, and they would be gone by like the next week, which is so real. Don't drink energy drinks, they're bad for you. I feel like he'd be the type to be like, yeah, I feel so I get him something like that. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Brambleclaw. He just seems so bland. Whenever I think of him, I fall asleep. My eyes glaze over and I'm back in 8th grade math class, not knowing what is going on and not caring. You know when you Google gifts for guys and then it would like show you what it thinks that just a very generic dude would want? That's what I would get him. Oh, what are we getting? Yellowfang. I don't know what in the world. Anything I give her, she's just gonna spank me. What do you get for your grandma? I don't know. Hang on. I think I got it. Okay. For Yellowfang, get this. A really fancy leather bound wallet. And then inside I would put a picture of me just so she would think of me for 1 second, even though she throws it out. But even just being thought of for one moment by her would be a dream. Yeah, I think that. Ivy pool. My brain goes to pressure cooker. Maybe that works because she is under pressure and then she, or melatonin. Just get her a bottle of melatonin and be like, you're good luck, man. Scourge. Oh my god. I don't even have to think about this. We're getting this man the hot ones, hot sauces, the hottest ones that you can get, because you know that he would take such pleasure in getting other people to try it, and he would take not a single ounce of emotion on his face, even when he's taking like the hottest hot sauce, and he'd just sit there and he'd be like, your turn. And you'd be like, oh god. And you're like, yeah, I can't show weakness around him. He is stone faced. You were thinking that he didn't even actually eat it, but he did. In fact, he's going for seconds, and you're like, holy, and you're dying, you're crying, you're sobbing, nose dripping, everything. You're like, milk, please. And he's like, no, I don't think you need it. And you're like, I feel like he would get that. Yeah, and that's all he needs, just hot sauce. He just wants pain for other people, and I think that's neat. Dovewing. Could you imagine if we got her a clock, but it is very audibly loud ticking always of just tick, 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 tick through the day? I feel like something like that. Crowfeather. For Crowfeather, we're gonna get him milk so he doesn't have the excuse to go out and get it. Long tail. I don't even have to think. A little bow that he can put at the base of his tail, and he just so fashion. You go around, he'd be so happy, and I'd be so happy. Brokenstar. I feel like we are giving Brokenstar coal, and we're giving him distance. Yeah, and a gift card, but it's empty. Already used Home Depot gift card that says $100 on it, but when he goes to use it, there's like 15 cents on it, and then he has to like put all the stuff he got in the cart back, and he's like grumbling the whole time. Ashfur. I want to get him a custom tattoo kit or like gloves with the fingers cut out. Would it be low-hanging fruit to say a fedora? I think it is, so it's not funny, but because it's low-hanging fruit, it wraps around to be back to funny again. So I think we're just gonna get him a fedora. He would love it though, my god. We would get it as a joke and we'd be like, haha, oh my god, you got a fedora. But he would legitimately be like, oh my god, thank you. This is exactly what I wanted. Thank you. You will be the last to die. Redtail. I know exactly what we're getting, Redtail. We're getting that man a high visibility vest. Just something to protect this man. A motorcycle helmet, high visibility jacket, and squeaker shoes that those little guys get when they're like super tiny and they want to go and they run and they light up. We are gonna find this man and we will make sure that he does not get lost. In addition to that, we're also gonna get him a little bracelet that says, if lost, return to, and then we're putting Blue Star's phone number on it. Ravenpaw. I'm just getting him barley. That's all he needs. Oh, no. I actually have even better. I would get them a trip away. Emphasis on relaxing. A very calm, maybe a spa kit for him and Barley to go on a couples retreat and just zen. And I would call them in advance and be like, please, this needs to be the most peaceful goddamn moment that you have ever created. We're getting him cucumbers on his little eyeballs. Everything is peace and quiet, and he's in deep relaxation. There is nothing but zen. And at the very last moment, we send King Kong in, ripping the place apart. He takes the masseuse and rips him. Swift Paw. We're getting him energy drinks so he... We're gonna get him energy drinks too so he can run faster. For Smudge, we're gonna give Smudge a VR headset so he can be part of the action and he can put on warrior cats and like be part of it, but he doesn't actually have to be. He also plays that saber game like to the music. He would be so good at that. Breeze Pelt. I feel like he would be the type to like want to do like online trading and stuff, but I don't know how any of that works. I don't know, maybe like a premium subscription to Reddit or something. Or no, hang on. We're getting him and Crowfeather a joint escape room ticket and force them to be in a room together for an hour and force Crowfeather to acknowledge the fact that he has a son. But the fact is they don't, and Crowfeather just goes off on his own and he's just like trying to like solve it. Every time Breeze Pelt tries to say something to help, he's like, I need a second, I just need quiet. And Breeze Pelt's like, okay. And then they just wait, and then they don't get out, and then on the way home it's really uncomfortable and quiet. Yeah. Brock, we're getting him a Christmas sweater. Come on, that's easy. Just a little Christmas sweater that he hates, really scratchy too. So I think that's that. That is what I would get the cats for Christmas. Hooray, how fun. Merry Christmas. I do believe. Holy cow. What if I kept that in?